Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. You can go ahead, Prabhu.
Okay, Mataji. Okay, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Om Agnana Divanantasya Gnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Reading from the book, Abhay hoped that by his presenting the details of his league, she would understand that his was a better cause than the Mahila Samiti. He quoted the first three verses of the fourth chapter of Bhagavad Gita, wherein Lord Krishna describes how the ancient science of Bhakti Yoga is received through Parampara, the order of succession from one teacher to the next, and how kings are responsible for seeing that Krishna consciousness spreads for everyone's benefit. He also argued that since, according to Bhagavad Gita, only a few amongst thousands and thousands of men endeavor for self-realization, and since the League of Devotees engaged its members in self-realization, he was providing an important and rare service. He offered to meet with he offered to meet with Mrs. Munshi along with 15 sannyasis from the area and suggested that she work cooperatively with them and understand the importance of the League. The League of Devotees was benefiting all classes. As Sri Krishna has said in Bhagavad Gita, everyone of a low birth can attain the shelter of Supreme Lord. But the Mahila Samiti, Abhay pointed out, was based on bodily conceptions of caste, creed, color, and sex. Therefore, it could not be as important a cause. Abhay closed by requesting Mrs. Munshi not to try to occupy the Radha Memorial, which was already being used for a noble and well appreciated cause. He signed, A.C. Bhaktivedanta, founder and secretary, League of Devotees. Aware that he was involved in an intrigue, Abhay organized his thoughts and set down on a paper a short history, outlining important events surrounding his possession of the Bharati Bhavan. A short history. I came to Jhansi sometime in October 1952. I delivered some lectures at Gita Mandir on Gandhi Jayanti Day, 1952. Made acquaintance with Prabhakar Shastri. My idea of League of Devotees implemented. He took me to Reva Shankar for Bharati Bhavan. Shri Reva Shankar agreed to hand over the Bharati Bhavan to League of Devotees and he agreed to become a member of it in the presence of Prabhakar, Mitraji and myself. I wrote letters from Allahabad to confirm. He confirmed a letter on 10/12/52. Prabhakar intimated the desire of Reva Shankar on Jan 1st, 1953. I got document needed for League of Devotees and came to Jhansi for signature of the members. Reva Shankar signed and agreed to become an executive member. The document was submitted for registration on 4th Feb 1953 at Lucknow, returned on 10th October 1953. The League of Devotees ceremony started on 16th May 1953 and work began. So I'm occupying the building since then and continuing my work. Abhay went on enumerate more than 30 points, including new publicity and congratulations he has received. He listed the story of how he came here sacrificing my business and family. I received a telegram from the Allahabad instructing the news of burglary by breaking lock. I could not attend the business for work here and it was closed subsequently at a loss of rupees 7,000. Abhay thought of turning to some of his sannyasi godbrothers for help. If he or they could purchase the buildings, his competitors would be silenced. He thought it worthwhile to interest his godbrothers in purchasing the buildings as an adjunct to their own mission. Vrindavana was not far away, a 4-hour train ride to Madura, and then a short tanga ride. He had gone there on pilgrimage in October 1953 and had even looked at available room in a temple near Keshi Ghata, with the idea of staying there someday. He had also travelled there several other times since he had begun residing in Jhansi. This time he went to the Imritara temple to see his godbrother, Bhakti Saranga Goswami, and asked if he would like to take the oar of the proprietorship of the Bharati Bhavan. so that it might be used for preaching Krishna consciousness according to the teachings of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati. But Bhaktisaranga Goswami was not interested. After approaching another god brother, Damodar Maharaja, who was also not interested in Jhansi, Abhay took the short Tanga ride back to Mathura to see another god brother, Keshav Maharaja. Keshav Maharaja was in Mathura with a group of his disciples to establish a center, but he had not yet located a suitable place. So when Abhay told him about the building in Jhansi, he was interested. Abhay and Keshav Maharaja composed a letter to Mr. Bhayal presenting their request and the aims of their movement and then traveled to Jhansi in a group. Abhay and Keshav Maharaja with his disciples. Keshav Maharaja and his party stayed for several days in Jhansi, holding kirtans and lectures. They had an appointment with Reva Shankar Bhayal. But Mr. Bhayal broke it, so that they had to wait to see him on another day. Meanwhile, Keshav Maharaja had time to form an opinion of Jhansi and discuss with Abhay the likelihood of making this his headquarters. He noted that the people were receptive, but that the location was too remote. Even before meeting Mr. Bhayal, Keshav Maharaja felt reluctant to stake his whole mission in Jhansi. Abhay agreed. However, the Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati had said that a preacher should go into the big cities and not practice his bhajana in seclusion. And he admitted that after 2 years in Jhansi he had made no full-time followers. When they finally met with Mr. Bhayal failed to present clear terms for purchasing the property. He said that they were eligible to buy it, but he made their use of buildings conditional. He wanted to have a say in the nature of programs they would hold. Abhay knew that this was just a further sign of shady dealings, and he suspected that Mr. Bhayal was under mounting pressure to give buildings over to the Mahila Samiti. Keshav Maharaja, having lost all interest, decided to go back to Mathura, and he invited Abhay to join him. But Abhay remained. Mr. Bhayal wanted him out, and he even returned Abhay's deposit of 210 rupees, claiming that Abhay now had no justification for residing at the Bharati Bhavan. Abhay noted down the latest events in the short history. He also gave me a check for rupees 210 in lieu of my deposit money with him, but he has no money in the bank. The bank has returned it with remark. The money which was given to him was misappropriated by him for his own purpose, and now he has given a false check with an arrangement with the bank. It is plain cheating to me from the beginning to end. I must be compensated for all the money before I can leave the building. But he saw it as the inscrutable will of Krishna. Even his opinions were turning him against conducting a mission in Jhansi. It no longer seemed suspicious. Srila Prabhupada, I wanted to start from there. It was a nice, big house. It was not given to me rightly, but I was using. So somehow or other, she got imagination that this house is very nice. She was the governor's wife. Through collector and through government officials, she made pressure. So of course, there were many loyal friends. They advised me, you do not give up. But I thought, who is going to litigate? I thought that I had left my home and now I should take up litigation. No, I don't want this house. Mataji, let me stop here. So here we see the struggle or the effort that Srila Prabhupada has put in about Bharati Bhavan, again increasing his League of Devotees or the sannyasis for the Krishna consciousness movement. He had a several pressure, both from inside and outside, yet he still had a lot of faith in Lord Krishna, and he thought that this would be better for him to still keep his mission up. The beauty is, we can see here there was a short history that Srila Prabhupada wrote down on his paper, which are about 30 or 32 points, just to summarize all the events that have happened. Even though there was a theft, even though there was a negativity, we still see the positivity from Srila Prabhupada. Mataji, let me stop here and